coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Hello everyone, welcome to 1 Hour 1 Life, and right now I am playing Quad with Tifa, Petapole, and Beta. Sorry, I can't pronounce exactly, but I'll just turn it to Beta for now. Yeah, traveling back to an old town. We're gonna be going back to the desert town, which is a bit far, but we managed to get there on time without any of us dying. Oh yeah, Content Family did split, and that's why we are living uh, in the old town instead of in the desert town, because I think every fertile might have died. I mean, there might be still some there, I'm not totally sure. Luckily, our mother survived after having quad, which is a lot, but luckily, when you're I recommend like having at least food so that you wouldn't die from having a quad. I actually had twins before several times when I was like out in the wilderness. I mean, not too crazy far from town, but sort of far. And luckily I had food, and I went back to town just so that the basically I wouldn't die from not having food while feeding kids. Oh, it's Batata. Yeah, I was a little more slower than anyone. It's only because I was feeding up myself up, and then I'll grab like plenty of food, and then I'll leave just so that I wouldn't die out in the wild. And I did. I didn't use up all the food because, well, you get hungry while you travel. And this is also the second part to making my worm hut, or not mine, I don't know why I keep on saying mine, but it's not my worm hut, it's the family town worm hut, actually. Meaning it's just like a worm storage, pretty much. And this is like before I even knew that you can actually have one compost with worms and, well, like have one compost per worm, and then it'll like regrow and have more worms basically. Yeah, I've gone to Desert Town that had Lemon Family, which is the Desert Family, Lady Family, which is another white family, and then Content Family, which is a white family. Or Language Family, actually. And the Language Family can move anywheres as they want. They're like no longer restricted to go like just one area. They can go anywheres, like any biome family. Although they can't pick up any biome, like anything from biome other biomes. Also, I keep pressing R, or sometimes I press R and then that's like to save coordinates, realizing that's coordinates, and so I had to press enter just to get rid of it. Before I press letter, letter, and then I end up having coordinates. Yep. Apparently my mom didn't have a name, that's why I couldn't find a name, because apparently someone forgot to name my mom, which is, basically, the grandma forgot to name my mom, basically. Yeah, pretty much you just follow the road, and then I can't remember if we went down any. I think we did go down some, and then we went straight, west, which is left. Yeah, it took me a while to remember which is west, which one is east, and east is right, and west is left. Yeah, I pretty much just met some of them, except for Tifa. Tifa I already knew. Tifa is my friend, and if you want to see the rocket, like how to make it, I think Tifa might have a video on it, and I'll put a link to her Discord, to her YouTube channel, Yeah, it's called HAP, AHAL, which is, or maybe it's P. I forgot. I already forgot again. basically it's like another. It's like alien. I totally forgot what it is even called. AHAP. Yeah, this is like before the actual rocket, and so he was just testing it out, see if it needs to be like fixed. And I think AHAP stands for like another life. I'll just have to look. I'll put in the description uh, what it's actually called. Sorry about that. All I know is that it's another game that you can basically make a rocket, go to the planet, and then like pretty much in like another planet, and then you can like survive there, and then I think you can also make some like stuff that you want to add to the game, to the new game, and it's also going to be for sale later on. So that you can like play it if you buy it, you play it, and supposedly that if you do some of the content making thing, you get like some of the profit. Yeah, whenever it's low pop, you can actually the language family can touch any of the biomes. I mean, other families can also go into the other biomes and like grab stuff if they need be. Only language family is pretty useful when it comes to understanding, like very much you can translate each other's language, like translate for someone else. Say for example, there's language family, then there's desert family, and then there's jungle family, and the jungle family uh, wants something like sulfur, and then the language family can translate between the two families, and they can have what they need. And also, I ate a mushroom, so it's gonna be like that. But yeah, I was like the slowest out of all of them. Yeah, I was thinking that like we needed to go down, but actually we did not need to go down, and we just kept on going left. I'm pretty good at surviving, like long distances with some food, and then so I pretty much would probably been fine with having at least a kid. I could probably survive. Luckily, I didn't have a kid while I ate a shroom, because you can't see, and you might end up having a kid without realizing it. Only time you can hear, or only time you know that you have a kid is if you hear it. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been recording or doing any videos. It's because I feel like it's been hectic, or life actually. Especially between my dad and my mom. They argue. And my dad's a little unpredictable when it comes to what he does. He might be up really late, or he might be up during the day. Depends. And so it's a little harder to record and do videos. And really sorry about that. I'll try my best at times when my dad is not up. I'll try to record. And I probably accidentally said mine, which I don't mean to, because it's actually a family warm hut. Yeah, sometimes my brain, it likes to just want to not really think, and so it takes longer to try to work on like something, like for example buildings, or any other stuff, because I end up getting distracted by something else. I think all three Eves, or at least maybe two Eves, which is Content and Lemon family Eves, that are buried in the desert town. Yeah, sometimes I just like to chat, but other times I like to just sit at the nursery or somewheres and like just sit there and not really think much. And yeah. Yeah, Sally, my roommate's dog had gotten sick. It's actually, it couldn't walk anymore, and so it was like hard for him to go upstairs and downstairs, so he passed away not too long after this video, or when I made the video, I think. It might have been a few weeks, maybe. Oh yeah, and also one of my favorite cats, had passed away in May, and so we had to put her down. Her name was Sage, and the dog was named Hammer. I'll forever miss both animals because they were lovely. Yeah, I got one new cat, actually two new cats. One is Starlight. Her name is Starlight, and I'm not totally sure how to spell it. Actually, I think it might be EU, which stands for, well, it means it's Morse code. Yeah, I think he has markings of Morse code, which is E and U, and so my uncle named the cat EU. We didn't name the cat. We actually had saved him from one of our friends because originally we were trying to figure out where to put EU. It was like going to take care of him, and so our family friend had at first took him. They were fine until the wife of our family friend had like I'm not totally sure what happened exactly. She got all freaked out, I think, and she didn't exactly like the cat. EU, I mean. And so we chose to take care of EU, and now he lives with us, and he's doing pretty good. He's very lovable. And he is partially feral and partially not. As for Starlight, we basically, my roommate, roommate, had found Starlight in basically works at a car dealership, not car dealership, a car repair place. And so I think it was a Mustang that came, and yeah, my roommate had checked under the engine, found out there was a kitten inside, and so he took the kitten and like gave it water because the kitten was dehydrated pretty much. And then after he had worked, he came home and he had the kitten in a cat carrier, and we took care of the kitten, which we now name her Starlight, and we have her, and she's very cute. And sometimes I try petting her. She likes to dodge it by trying to like uh, move her, I guess you could say. Like, pretty much she was like flat on like as if she wants to, like, not be petted. And yeah, I accidentally pressed. I do have Twitch connected, and so I accidentally pressed the button. Well, I think I moved the keyboard, and it actually pressed the button to live stream. And after I realized that happened, I had to get rid of it. Not get rid of it, but like press the button so that people don't watch me do something else while I'm not playing One Arm One Life. I only did it a few times, not a whole lot. Well, I mean, like, a few times, live streaming, I mean, on Twitch. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. The reason why we're taking care of my uncle's cat named EU is because my uncle had passed away uh, that year, or during the time when, I'm not sure when, but like last year maybe? I'm not totally sure. Maybe it's like 2 years ago. Maybe. I'm just guessing. It might be last year actually. And my uncle wasn't the greatest guy, Risley. He was more of a mean guy, and so I do feel sorry for him to a certain extent, but not like crazy amount compared to what happened to my cat and you. I mean, Hammer. Sorry. And now I'm moving the rabbit from like to like build the wall, make it easier, pretty much. That's why it was a little messy there. To a certain extent, I like it low pop, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because when it's low pop, usually a family or multiple families die, and then sometimes new ones come, but probably during early mornings that the usually family probably dies, and then a new family appears, or maybe just like the new families appear at night, early in the morning. I mean. Yeah, in the next video, I'm gonna be wearing a Jason's hat, and I know only way of getting it is by supposedly killing Jason in game if you know that he's playing, and you get Jason's hat, and so I'd be wearing the hat, which originally in the past you can see a whole lot of Jason's hat, but then it like suddenly stopped, and so in the next video I'll be wearing Jason's hat. Not the first time I've worn a Jason's hat. I've worn Jason's hat like a few times, and I think that's my mother. I mean in game, not in real life. But yeah, it's been like pretty long time since I've seen Jason's hat being worn, and even seen in general, since it was like pretty rare actually compared to the past. And only reason for right now I'm not actually playing Mario Life is because there was like, I kind of had a bad experience one life, and so it's because deal has to do with the griefer, so I kind of stopped for a bit. I might go back to it. I'm not totally sure. And I did for a little while, and then since that happened, I kind of don't want to go back for a little while longer. Yeah, splitting families is not a good idea, because usually the old area would basically die out, and then the person that split the family is going to be living in the new area, and or maybe old town, for example, like what we had to do. And it's not really good. Actually, it's not good at all. But people do it. And if you want to leave a comment, I'll answer. I mean, I might be a bit slow because I'm usually sometimes on vacation, but I haven't been on vacation yet. I don't know why. But videos might be a little longer because it has to do with my family. Uh, but I'll definitely will try my best to record as much as I can. And yeah, I was born to my mother, which is Fix, which is the mod, and it's a mod called Yum Life. It's very helpful. Right, like I can't even play vanilla anymore because I missed the mod. It was like very helpful. Maybe for new players, it might be hard to learn, but it's going to get easy over time. And if you heard a popping sound, or sort of pop sound, that was my water. Water bottle, actually. Oh yeah, my brother, who was named Bug, that's has the nickname for on Fix, is Bug, and she lived far, and she pretty much lived pretty close to one of the bell towers, and she, I was born to her, and then I left, go to the Gingers because I heard a bell, and turned out it was Gingers. I didn't know at the time, and then I think I went to the desert. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I did leave a kid. I think it's a daughter that left, and I didn't realize there's like many of mallets next to nursery until I'm not sure when. I guess I never did notice it. Ended up making a new mallet. But yeah, my mother was making a building somewhere off the distance, and so I think I went to the desert family because I think I was doing slash later maybe, and that's how I ended up going to the desert area or town. And then the and then when I grew older, my mother had like joined me. Basically, I gave birth to her, and we. I'm not sure if she stayed or if she went back to her building. I mean, it is a long trip to go back, though. And I think I was figuring out where to put the boxes. Is my guesses. And also the doors. Boxes and doors, because and the pathway. And I was going to make it basically 4 doors on each side. Well, 1 door on each side, and then maybe one side will have the wood area if I was going to make it the wood area, but I never got a chance to do that, and so I pretty much just placed only the flooring, and then I think I just left the like partial, not really boxes, but like prepared boxes pretty much. And also, you see the hat I'm wearing, basically you can put a feather on it, but you can't change it out, sadly, if I remember correctly. And so I recommend putting a rose because you can actually take that off. And with those feathers, you can actually make an elder quill. I don't know what else you can make with those feathers other than the elder quill or putting on top of hats. And elder quill is where basically you can be like, I think 55, yeah, 55, and then you can use the elder quill, and basically it's the feather with black ink, which is iron, actually wrought iron, I think that's how you say it, and then use a file on it, on the wrought iron. Then you grab an empty bowl, you pick up the wrought iron, and then, well, not the wrought iron, but the shavings of it, and then I forgot the rest. That's about all I remember right now. I'll probably add that recipe to the description, and I was probably also typing on Discord, talking to the other 3 that I was quadding with. Also, I probably didn't realize that there was 2 mallets in my bag originally. Back, I mean. Yeah, I was talking to the other three because they probably died, and I didn't even realize. Well, actually, I probably did realize. But I think I was gonna survive the whole life and not restart, unless I'm completely wrong, though. I think they just wanted to die so that they can come back and save the rest of the family. Or maybe I did die and then we decided to go back. I'm not totally sure. I just forgotten. Slightly waste of food, but I'm probably just gonna, well, obviously I'm gonna go die somewhere so that I can come back, I think. And those are the Eves, Content and Lemon families, Eve, if you want to know. Yeah, if you go through the like mosquitoes or any other animal that's dangerous and like do it multiple times, you can actually die faster. But yeah, I was joining, or like, basically we're gonna do another life, and we're also gonna be in Content Family, and then after that next life, I'll probably go. I mean, obviously, I'll go to bed because at the time I was pretty tired and it was pretty late. And it was actually fun to do uh, twin, triplet, and quad. And also, we were back at the old town, so we had to travel once again, I think, from the looks of it. Oh, never mind. No, this is the desert town. Couldn't tell for a second there, because game look. I mean, the way it looks similar. Basically, what my aunt, I don't know, my grandma was talking about is usually sometimes there's like twins or triplets or quads that will grief, and so they the person wanted to make sure that we weren't the bad people, and we're not. We're just friends playing together. Although this first time I actually played with Batata and Petapool, I've I've never actually played with Tifa, I don't think. Maybe I have. I can't remember exactly. Like, I mean, twinning, triplet, or quadding, I mean. Oh, maybe we're in the other town that we originally spawned in, and then white family or the language family split once again, and so we have to travel once again. So far away. Yeah, the reason why I go naked is because I don't want to steal the clothing from the other town, or the town that I'm living in, every single time that I'm, like, born into it. But, I mean, using a backpack is probably more better, but I still want to not take too much clothing. Or maybe not clothing at all. Basically, I give the clothing for the next generation family members that might want to stay there, or they might want to move. Don't know which one died out first, this town or this side of the family, or the one in the desert family or town as it used to be. No longer is, sadly. And you don't have to worry about me, because I'm good at surviving. I mean, I do appreciate people feeding me, but I don't mind being fed. Personally, I don't get mad, but I still wait till the very last minute at the last pip, and then I'll start eating foods. That's what I think of when I, like, survive. I would not survive, yum. That's how I do my yum chain, actually. Although, so far, this town is not that bad. Even though we're gonna be moving to the desert town once again. I don't know if I picked up a green bean or if it's just a leather bean. Although the town is like this town is in the family that's living in it, the content family. It's a little far from the other families, I think, if I remember correctly. think there might be a possibility that baby is our grandma. Just because our grandma just died, and so she can be reborn as a child of, like, her actual child. Or, not actual child, but her child, I mean. And now I have a long trip back to a desert town. It's a content slash lemon valley town. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be slower than anybody just because I have to pick up food since I kind of ate some of the stuff at the other town, and I'd be probably eating more meh food because it's a little harder to eat yum food when you like in the wild. I mean, some of the foods you can eat in the wild. And like eat onions, garlic, burdock, carrots. Those are the basic ones that you can actually touch, and also berries. But that's if you didn't eat berries in the town. I'm actually somewhat good at remembering some points of those spots, like for like towns, for the most part. I mean, it's still kind of hard to figure out because the biomes look the same, and but if you do it multiple times, you can actually remember where to go. Although I think that was like last video, the last life. It was the first time going down there, and then it was the second time going down there, and I remember the part where you go down the area, the intersection actually. And this is going to be the third part of making the warm hut. Also, you can have bananas and cactus fruit if you're able to touch those. getting pretty close to the town, and I pick up the backpack that I didn't pick up last time because I already had a backpack. Yeah, I do that intentionally to get more yums out of it and not to intentionally die. There's actually there is actually a spot that the language family, or you can say the whites, that can't have kids is like between the desert biome area and the jungle biome area. And I think the other part is between the ginger family and the other part, the bottom, would be what used to be where the language family or the whites used to live, like the baby boundary, as I would call it. I think I have my live stream, or not live stream. I guess you can call it live stream. Basically, it's not really a live stream for others can see, but it's the Discord live stream kind of thing. And basically, I'm sharing the screen. I think, and that's why people are probably hearing me starve, because I have it connected to share screen. And yeah, that's Eve Content and Eve Lemon. And for those that don't know what family Lemon is, they are the desert family, and sadly they didn't have any kids, and so they died out pretty much. And I'm also pressing like how to get the recipe, before it showed the ads. Basically, what I did was press J, and then I type in the name. And only one that's like kind of hard to figure out would be the firebow drill, because I don't know if it's like one word or if there's like two words to it. Yeah, I didn't realize that Tev was last lady fertile that's in town. Yeah, I think whenever my brain doesn't work, I end up not lucky enough, and so I ended up either making something that was already there, or I don't see the other family. That's why I ended up not knowing Tev was the last of the lady family. Oh yeah, if you're new to the game, I recommend doing /leader, and you can find the leader. And it depends if the leader is actually in town, or if the leader is in a different town, because it could be sometimes that the letter could be somewhere else and then not in town, and you might accidentally go to the wrong area and waste like your life going there. But you have to figure out if the letter is actually in town or not. But the other way of, oh yeah, that's the rocket part of the old-fashioned rocket. And if you know where you're going and you want to like know where you're living at, like the home area, you can use the home marker, which is skewer with roundstone or round rock, I guess. Maybe it's a roundstone. That's what it's called. And then you hit the skewer, and it will make a home marker. Which I probably should do that every time I'm like a female or a lady. Just a like fertile lady, I mean, so that my children could have a home marker if that's how it works. Because I haven't done that in like a long time, or seen it in a long time, more precise. And now I'm cleaning the area because I kind of made a mess of it. Oh yeah, the butt logs or the boards are now for making the storage, which I couldn't really figure out. I mean, I had to figure out, and right now I'm figuring it out actually. But I realized that there's not going to be enough space to make a whole lot of boards or uh, boxes if I was going to plan on making boxes, which I think I was. And so I might end up covering up certain areas. I mean, I did make an improvement when I played one time, which I didn't record at the time, and I made it where you still have the outside box, and then you have like boxes in the middle, and probably boxes on top also, leaving some room for moving around the area, and also probably also making like pretty much just I just made space so that oh yeah, the work on like, for example, you might want to make a bucket and you need a board and a disc, which then you need to use a rope, and that's how you make a bucket. Because this is going to be for making buckets, and also going to make a wood area for the buckets, and going to make a whole lot of buckets, and then have a whole lot of milkweed to use it on the buckets, or like or gonna be buckets anyways. Yes, the baby didn't want to be with those two. Oh yeah, I pressed R and I did T for marking the area, and T is probably stands for town for me anyways. I mean, it could be anything. And right now it's just town. And instead of getting lost, I can use that to go back to the main town. Which I rarely use that method, because I just use the birth method, and sometimes if you don't have like another spot, like say for example you live far away, like in this life, and birth you have like so far away, and you want to go back to just like the town that you're living in instead of the one that's far away. So I press R and then you choose a letter, random letter, and then you can head out and come back to the town anytime you want to, because you marked the area. And also at the time I didn't know how many logs could fit, so I always used an object to make sure that it can fit like any more logs. I mean, I think with that cart, with the tire wheel, I think that could hold up to 8 items. I think I could be wrong on that. Oh yeah, you might see me using controls, which is WSD, because I sometimes walk like that instead of using the mouse. But when it comes to like building or anything like that, I typically just use the mouse, and sometimes I end up using the spacebar, which drops the item in hand. And sometimes I end up messing up and by like right clicking, which I picked up the butt log and the throw at the same time. Happens when I try to do it fast enough and I mess up all usually. And usually I end up doing something like that with the axe or with an object. I realized that I didn't pick up the board, instead I picked up the axe, and so I had to switch. And I was gonna make it like that, although it is missing at least one piece to it. And then after that, there's gonna be the 7 rows, or actually 6 rows of the boxes on the walls. Sadly, you can't walk through the boxes. In the past you could, but now you can't. And so you have to leave space for the top of the wall, basically. Also, you can cut down trees like that tree or any other tree, and it will drop your yum. And so I was kind of yumming a little bit, and only trees that you can cut down and you not get hungry is the pine tree and the desert tree, desert dead tree, basically. Those two you can cut, and your food bar will not go down whatsoever. But if it's other trees, your food bar will go down, and that's how you actually yum more better. Actually, I was gonna say that next up I need to do live stream, which is on Twitch, but I ended up not doing that, and because it was so late that I was getting tired. I don't even know what time it was at the time. But I think it made or did live stream maybe twice with 1 hour 1 life, and since then I kind of haven't done that yet. And I might do it, I might not, I don't know really. I kind of have to reconnect my Twitch because I had forgotten the password to my Twitch, and so I had to redo it. Or I need to redo it. Eventually I'll live stream on YouTube, but for now I'm not going to. And I don't, I might do Twitch sometimes, or very little, I'm not sure. Yeah, apparently my child was AFK, or more precise, probably wasn't even there. Yeah, I think we didn't have paper, or the type of paper that we need for doing the camera, and so we didn't take a picture, using the camera to take a picture, basically. You know, did want to be in the picture, but We just didn't have the paper for it. Yeah, actually, I was in a camera pic before. I think maybe twice. One is actually I was in the pic completely. The other one was more like a type of ghost type looking horse in a way. I was riding a horse. I was quickly going towards the pic and basically I was riding on the horse and then I ended up going like pretty fast and I wanted to be in the pic, so I ended up being in the pic, but I was like a little too far up and I was basically cut off from the pic and only you only could see the horse and it was like in the negative, so it made it look like it was like a spooky looking picture. And the other one, I forgot what I did, but I think I made a maybe graveyard or something like that. Well, not graveyard exactly, and that kind of sucks that the name changed. But I did something, and then me and someone else helped out in taking a picture of us, or maybe just me, and I still have the picture, both pictures, and it was pretty cool to see it. I think that was the first time I actually was in a pic before, like camera, I mean. Sorry if anyone gets offensive of getting corrected. Nope, I don't try to be annoying, but I mean, I sometimes do say the correct wording. Because, I mean, right now I don't have a way of knowing if it's a girl or a boy, and I think that's what happened, probably. Or maybe just in general. Not sure exactly what happened. Only way of telling if it's a boy or girl is by the hair and the kid I'm holding is, or my nephew is a boy, just because the hair, and you can tell from the hair. And also the face, I forgot about the face. Sometimes I like to ask the kids to pick a letter, or I might. I misspelled AFK, but I might also name the kid depending on if I feel like it or not. Yeah, I typically don't feed kids pies because it's a little higher tier, I'd say, depending on what pie you're gonna do. But I know like pies are a little too much for the baby, and so I usually either use milk popcorn, green beans, or berries. I actually never had made a camera or the paper for the camera. I mean, I do know that you need a black cape for the paper, or this, the paper for the photos. And then I think you have to change it or something like that. I'm not totally sure. I know, not Yum Life itself, but Hubitube, which no longer is, like, useful, like, meaning it's no longer getting updated, so you can't actually use it. Not that I know of, anyways. And a long time ago, it used to have, like, the male and female below the name, and it made it easier to see if it, like, the gender of the kid or the adult. Well, actually, mostly just the kid or baby. But now it no longer has that ability, and kind of wish I could have it like that, but I'm not sure how to do it. There might be a way, I'm not totally sure. So I kind of got used to how the characters look, and you have to look at the face and the hair in order to figure out if it's male or female. I mean, sometimes it can be a little confusing, but other times I can notice. And I've only been a ghost once, and ever since then, I've never been a ghost. It's not like I made it short, but the reason I made it short is because I wanted to save a different family, and that was like a long time ago. And, video, I mean. And I guess it's a long time ago. And so that's why it was very short. I didn't do much, really. I wish I could have stayed as a ghost a little longer, but oh well, can't do much about it. It was fun while it lasted, and so I saved the family, and of course eventually the family died out, but the time I was there, the family survived, and I think the next day they survived, and it personally, that life felt like a whole mess. The people didn't know what they're doing, I think. And I think we didn't have any food at the time, yeah. And it was like really annoying. So when I got old, I eventually just like stopped playing or stopped wanting to live in the game. And so I ended up starving myself, and apparently when I got back on, the family survived, luckily. But yeah, sometimes when it's like tough situation like that, I usually don't want to try playing it or like play the life, and so that's why I kind of gave up on trying to live that life for the most part. And I was deciding as to how I'm going to do the boxes, because you can't walk through the boxes, sadly, and I think the other way was a little more better, because you'd like be able to get to all the different stuff. And apparently I think the fry and the ketchup, they can't be put in the backpack, and that's why I kind of left it on the floor. But yeah, that way is not good. Um, the other way was more better, because you able to get to the boxes. Of course, I made a better version where you can get to all the boxes, and you can go around it too. And now I'm working on the walls for the Wormut. And last time I made Wormut, I made the one that actually was pretty much completely almost finished, was the one with all the flooring was done, and then I kind of did something different. I did the some stone, which I think only stone I'd done, like big rock, I mean, was like, I think the corners, and then the and then I made the fences around, probably only, yeah, I think I did on the sides only, because if I did the walls, I wouldn't be able to finish the worm hut. Plus, you can't put storage on the sides, anyways. And then I did the wall for storage, at least the north, like the top. And I might also do the same with the bottom, not totally sure. It's been a long while since I've done that, and I don't remember exactly what I did. And I can't remember exactly if I did the boxes or not in that one life that I did the fences and the wall. But if I did, that'd be pretty amazing. Maybe I didn't, because if I remember correctly, I didn't do it right. I mean, did do it right, but I just didn't finish the boxes, I think. And so I probably might make a new one where it's actually finished. I have to do a day when I'm not, basically when it's not halfway of the day or some of the day. I just need to do it early. And actually do a recording of me doing that, make a warm hut, and it's actually finished. And outside will be a wood cutting, or not wood cutting, storage for wood so that we can have wood for the buckets. Yeah, sometimes doing it too fast can cause trouble sometimes. Luckily, building is pretty fun to do in the one normal life. I've done most of the stuff. I've actually not learned some of the stuff. I've learned some of the engine, but I always have to look up on the One Tech, which is very useful if you want to learn how to do different things, like make an engine or make a building, and that's how you learn new things. And the other thing is by also asking people how to do some of the stuff. If you do smithing, I recommend going to the tutorial because you can learn how to smith and you do it more faster. That's how I learned how to make smithing stuff more faster. Although sometimes I do forget one step and ends up more than what I need. Basically I had to redo it, but add something else basically. I think I was talking to my 3 friends, probably saying that I'm getting sleepy and that I probably won't live stream or something like that. And the worst ever part of When I Want Life would be the rift, because there was like a whole lot of griefers, and those griefers caused a whole lot of trouble. And griefers still cause a whole lot of trouble. And right now I've only could curse them, and sometimes I could take revenge, but at the times I just couldn't. Like one life where it got ruined, like playing One on Life. And so when I took a break, I basically before I left and for a while, I cursed the person so that I can no longer play that with that person. And if I see them, I'm gonna curse them, recurse them, because I don't want to play with them. And I might decide to tell someone about it and make sure that they don't basically don't want that person to become leader pretty much in everything else and start doing that same thing. Because I was actually pretty pissed off by that person. And basically what happened is, I don't really blame the aunt, but I blamed the mother because she wanted to sacrifice me and I didn't like it because I wanted to live and I wanted a peaceful life, but ended up not having a peaceful life. And so I ended up dying because my aunt didn't feed me and she was old, and I think she was going to take me to like nursery, and so I ended up dying from her, from her, which I don't blame her. I blame my mother because, actually it has to do with the jungle lady and my mother. Jungle lady said that you don't need to sacrifice me, but my mother just wanted to sacrifice me for saying that I was. Wanted to save the family, which I think is the jungle family, and it was really pointless to kill me off. Because you're really not supposed to, and that's technically called griefing, and I was really pissed off, so I went back, tried to take revenge, ended up failing, but I at least cursed the person, so I no longer have to play with that person again. And also, the family was pretty much idiots. I mean, not all of them, but a whole lot of them, especially the one in nursery. She killed me even though I said that the mother was, because I was her son, and I was in the, I think, either desert family. I was male at the time. And instead of killing the griefer who killed me, which was pointless, to kill me twice, and so I kind of gave up on playing that day. Well, actually, I didn't fully give up. I did play a little longer, but I was in a different family. I mean, same family, but basically the family split. Although there was only, I think, one mine, which wasn't good, but it was better than that other town, which was the jungle town. And the person that I'm talking about is Delilah Alice. And I'm still going to take my revenge no matter what. Don't mess with me, and you won't get killed. By me, I mean. And also, probably cussing, because if I get really mad, I actually start cussing. But yeah, the one that was helping my mother was an idiot, I gotta say. If not, maybe worse than an idiot. More like cussing. Well, a lot of other cuss words. Same with the Mud That Life. Yeah, it might be in the past, but sometimes I just can't forgive it. Oh yeah, the snake boots, you can actually turn them into sandals, which most times no one really does that anymore. And same with tattoos. But yeah, I made cactus fruit boots for anyone that wants to have it. I mean, like, when that life, but no longer am in the life. I mean, the content family, I mean. And we haven't done another quad yet. Well, guys, bye. Have fun